What up, Clipper Nation? Pregame show starting 1 minute from now. Sorry I'm late. No, I'm not. No, not late. What up, Chad? I see you. Tom Raines was first. We got Lob Murray coming on to discuss his report about Kawhi Leonard coming back on the fourth. As long as Welcome into Clippers Countdown as your 17-13. LA Clippers are back at Intuit Dome after 3 days off to play a team that is known for revolutionizing the three ball in the 15-14 Golden State Warriors, who are down Steph Curry and Draymond Green. And with Klay Thompson in Dallas and having lost 11 of their last 14, it feels like they're going through a bit of a transitional period where they are having a somewhat of identity crisis going on with the Golden State Warriors. But a desperate team like this that is hunting for a season-turning victory can be dangerous. And so the Clippers have to come out and bear down like they did against the Grizzlies on Monday night in Memphis. It took their big three making big shots late and the role players doing their part for the Clippers to win a 114-110 matchup in Memphis Monday night, where Norman Powell had 29, Ivica Zubac had 20 and 19 boards, and James Harden with 21 and 9 assists. Here was Coach Lue postgame on what many are calling their biggest victory of the season to date. Breaks over. It's back to the grit and grind the Clippers have exhibited while being 4 games above 500 without Kawhi Leonard, who is coming soon. More on that coming up with La Murray of The Athletic as we have tip time here at Intuit Dome, just about 59 minutes away. Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. And coming up next, we'll get your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Chat, you got to understand. Kawhi goes through these practices and something doesn't feel right. Well, then he's not coming back on the fourth. So it's tentative. It's a target date. There's a difference. No Steph Curry. Yeah, man, he's out. Is Carlo coming? Sorry, guys. Carlo had to get his coffee. Just in time. Just in time.
That's what I do, baby.
Maybe you'd like to sit a little bit closer.
That's what I do, baby. Did you see my text? No, you didn't.
Why would I be looking for a text from you? No, it's fine.
Okay.
You sent it to Daniel?
Yeah. Daniel, did you get the interview?
Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. Back it into a dome. Welcome back in. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Tip-off is just about 57 minutes away. I'm Adam Osland, and this is Clippers Countdown. Coming up, you're going to hear from assistant coach B. Shaw. But first, let's head over to your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, my friend, how we doing? Merry Christmas. Hope you had a good one. Thanks for the gift, the sweatshirt that matches the floor today as they are in the City Edition uniforms, the light blue this season. I love it with the Clips logo.
I love it more, but not as much as I love you and Big Bro. Back in the building, baby. The squad is back. TM crew is here. And we're so glad to bring you this one. It should be a good one tonight. And Adam, I hope you had a great holidays in your hometown.
I did. Up in NorCal.
In Sacramento.
In Vacaville. I'm having a good week here.
There we
Let's talk
go.
about this Clippers team because I think they just had their best victory of the season. Would you agree that win in Memphis, 114-110 Monday night, considering how well Memphis had been playing, they were winners of 12 of their last 15. Best victory so far?
You know, Adam, I think that is a very, very fair thing to say. I would 100% agree with that statement. This Clipper team, when you think about, when you looked on that game on paper, I think you said it on Clipper Stock earlier in the week on YouTube at Clipper Stock. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. This is a team that on paper didn't match up well with the Clippers. They did not match up well with the Clippers. They had more size. They had elite guard that were able to fly downhill. They were a younger group of players who was very athletic. We've seen that burn the Clippers in the past. It didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. The Clippers brought the physicality. They played faster. They were more aggressive. And really all of that led to a excellent performance in a game in that which they were down 10. They came back, were able to take a lead and hang on to it late. James Harden picking his spots in that contest. It just felt like the epitome of what this Clipper team has been 30 games into the year. They are a grinded out team. They are going to grind it out, and in the grindhouse, a gritty win.
Vita Zubats showing some of that grit, that heart, a gutty performance for a guy who was dealing with a calf injury. Wasn't a strain, was a bruise, a contusion out there. He was able to play through it, gave him 40 minutes, and absolutely was the best big on the floor with his 20 and 19.
And there's no doubt about it. Probably should have been 20 and 20, but we're going to, I don't know how he lost a rebound in the midst of the game ending to now, but he did. It felt like for Big Zoo, that injury, and he talked about it a little bit, focused him more. I mean, he almost had to lock in knowing he was playing on a tender calf. He said it was a contusion, which means it wasn't going to get any worse. And so it felt like there was an opportunity there to just go in, focus, try to stay locked in, and he took advantage of it and made sure that the Clippers got a huge performance out of him. Adam, I think Ivica Zubac, we'd have to go back and look at the numbers, and there isn't a fact here that you can maybe make this more empirical data. When he plays against guys who are physical, he plays better because the referees allow him to be physical on both ends of the floor. And when both when the big man for the other team is more physical, Ivica Zubac continues to just elevate his level of play because he can assert his physicality throughout the night. And he did that in a huge way last time out for the Clippers.
James Harden, you mentioned it, the float goat late, had a couple of them, plus a step back three over the Rook. It was a beautiful clutch performance where he scored 7 straight for the Clippers when they needed those points most.
And credit Ty Lue for being so creative to find ways to take the pressure off James Harden. We saw him guard Jaren Jackson Jr. at points in that game to try to take some load off him defensively. We saw Chris Dunn bring the ball up the floor on the offense to try to take the load off James Harden. He really was able to shine and dig deep late in that game. That 7-0 run by himself that took the Clippers from, I believe, Adam, at the time, down 5 to up, or down 4 to up 3 late in that fourth quarter. James Harden, he continues to be the motor of this offense. The system, whether you like it or not, is in the building, and he's playing. That's when the Clippers play their best, when the system is working.
He's got him at 17 and 13 so far without Kawhi Leonard. More on that coming up with La Murray of The Athletic, as he broke the news earlier today saying, Kawhi, the tentative plan is the target date is for him to return on the 4th here at Intuit Dome against the Atlanta Hawks. So more on that coming up. But up next, we got Carlo Jimenez on. He's going to be sitting down with your assistant coach in Brian Shaw. Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors tonight. Back at the Dome. Tip-off is just 52 minutes away. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Hey, what are those, bro? Can you believe this guy? Look at this guy. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory over here. They're good. I wish I could tell you what Carlo just showed me, chat. I can't. He's not just serving up Swedish fish.
What's going on here?
Nothing.
What did you say about
I
me?
said I wish I could tell the chat what Carlo told me.
I didn't tell you anything.
Well, exactly. We keep it private. Can't pull back the curtain.
You should see the thing or hear the things I tell Jake.
About me?
Just in general.
The dirty stuff?
Dirty, dirty stuff.
The naughty claws?
So naughty. No, Daniel, this is what you have to look forward to.
Embrace it.
I got Chris's last name, Holguin.
I had to get my own Diet Coke today.
He's starting again already.
What do you mean starting?
Cry me a river.
I will use this splint to hit you over the head and drink a Diet Coke over your passed out body.
Guys, if you didn't know, Big Bro got a little bit banged up. I'll show you in a bit. Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just 50 minutes away. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Moslin. This is the official pregame show of your Los Angeles Clippers. It's Clippers Countdown. Still to come. We'll get to your player to watch. We'll also go back in time in Clippers Rewind. But first, we're heading back over to your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. We got Carlo standing by with the assistant coach, I believe, and B. Shaw. Let's see if we can get to Carlo Jimenez here as we're trying to make technology work for us. Carlo.
Happy Friday to you. Shout out to the swell. Oh, somebody got a flashback for him. You got a couple of them. Got some Martin jerseys. What's up, buddy? Oh yeah, that's authentic right there. That's 2 logos. Hey. You get tenders. You got any dipping sauce on that? No, just plain chicken tenders? No ketchup, no mustard, no nothing? Yo, you gotta put something on there. Is it like a sweet sauce? Ketchup? Just ketchup? Oh, ketchup, okay. Is it good? Happy holidays to you. You gotta be ready at all times. You never know when the camera's gonna be on you. There you are.
That's supposed to be the nail. You don't go around with that.
Want to keep up with English all season long? Let's text. Sign up by texting English to 213-577-833. Once again, please, to 213-577-1833. Into a no madness powered by AT&T. A uniform profile to unlock the whole no experience. Tip off the new year with a new Clippers tote bag. Get your tickets for our daily installs. January 4th. Be amongst the first 10,000 fans in attendance to get a red state jersey tote bag presented by QuickBooks. Secure your seats today at Clippers.com/tickets. From the Summer Splitter Nation, don't miss our upcoming Summer Splitter Nation game. Noche de la Familia, presented by Manila and Ticketmaster, January 11th. Arrive early to enjoy our pregame fiesta. Book in your seats today at clippers.com/tickets. Clipper Nation, shop online at ClippersHQ.com. Starting tomorrow through December 31st, enjoy up to 40% off Sunshine. Don't miss out on our biggest sale. Tonight's Clipper Nation kid of the game is Hezekiah Dubrow. Thanks for being a part of the LA Clippers Kids Club. We do hope you're enjoying the game with family tonight, and you know your all-star tonight. You can enjoy the LA Clippers Kids Club for the chance to be featured also. Join tonight at clippers.com/kids club. Hey, don't miss the first ever college basketball game here at Inwood Dome. It's going down tomorrow, Saturday, December 28th. Catch UCLA versus Gonzaga, followed by USC, the University of San Diego, taking on Grand Canyon University. Get all the information at InwoodDome.com. Maximize your season with a 4-game plan starting at $56.
Assistant Coach B. Shaw there with Carlo Jimenez pregame as we get set for the Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. Tip-off is just about 42 minutes away here at Intuit Dome. Extensive full-length interview there. That was a treat, Clipper Nation. Coming up next, we'll go back in time in Clippers Rewind right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
I wash my hands.
What? Did you guys see that? Did you guys see Carlo touch my face? First my hair,
It was supposed to get your
then
cheek.
my
It's
face.
supposed to get your cheek. Hey, man.
I've been violated. It happened on the stream.
I don't think so.
Did you guys see that? Yes, it did.
That was a
Yes,
glitch.
it did.
I don't think it did.
Oh, it did.
Sorry, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
This is why I do this, for HR reasons, just for stuff like this.
Adam, you said earlier you wanted him to do that, so stop it.
Did not.
Bro.
I wanted you to do that.
Well, I got one hand, bro. I used two.
I wanted you to use your left hand on me.
That's my strong hand, bro. I'm ambidextrous.
Oh my gosh. We're already unhinged. The game hasn't started.
Yo, you sure you want to work with us, bro? Like,
Okay.
say less.
Dude, I'm watching my cat on the security cam. This is so awesome.
What do they do? Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Shout out Shadow.
Look at, you can see its eyes.
Oh.
Now, of course, when I get home, the cat's gonna run right under the couch.
Well, you had to listen to Kevin, man.
I know, it takes time. I just want the cat to be cool so I can use the laser pointer.
Cats are the devil's animal.
How dare you? Your cats, maybe. Yeah, well, how would you know then?
I used to have a cat. It was evil.
Well, you gotta blame the owners.
Don't talk about my mama like that, bro.
You said it was your cat.
Got him.
Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off is just 39 minutes away. This is Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Osland. Still to come, you're going to hear from Lob Murray of The Athletic, and we'll get to your player to watch. But first, we're going back in time, taking it back to January 10th of 2018. Almost 7 years ago. In theaters were the movies Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and Star Wars The Last Jedi, Welcome to Star Wars Hell. And Perfect by Ed Sheeran was #1 on the Billboard charts. I think that was one of Carlo's favorites. And Lou Williams was going for a career high against the Golden State Warriors.
Clippers are back in action Saturday, January 4th, and will be taking on the Atlanta Hawks, as mentioned earlier. You will be here for tip-off, and it's at 7:30 p.m. Doors open at 6. Be sure to get your tickets at clippers.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. NBA All-Star voting has kicked off, and now's your chance to cast your ballot and send the Clippers to the 2025 All-Star Game. Up on Saturday. Start voting daily. Don't miss 3 full days, and you can triple your vote. Learn more at clippers.com/vote. Shop and save on tonight's items in the game. These courtside supply hoodies are a must-have and available in adult and youth sizes exclusively here at Indigo.
Brian Seaman on the call. Sweet Lou Williams finished with 50 on 16 of 27 shooting. He went 8 of 16 from 3. It was a career high for him, and the Clippers would get a victory over the KD-led Golden State Warriors team, 125-106. I wonder if somewhere up in NorCal at that time there was a young Carlo punching air during that one. But I just love Sweet Lou Williams. The style, the skill, one of my all-time favorite Clippers. And that was him going for his career high, a 50-burger on top of the Golden State Warriors back in 2018. Tip-off between the Clippers and Warriors is just 36 minutes away here at Intuit Dome. Coming up next, your player to watch right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
You better watch yourself.
I hope we were up for that. Were we still on, Daniel, when Carlo threatened me there? That's a yes.
I wasn't talking to you. I was just in general. Throw me under the bus again. This is crazy.
I wouldn't have. He didn't remind me.
He always throws people under the bus.
What?
Crazy.
Yeah, I said what
Typically,
I said.
it's me under the bus, like Keanu Reeves in Speed.
Poor me. I'm Adam. Oh, stop it.
Chad, are you hearing this? The slander?
Bet you
the
wish
voice that's the voice of Big Brother Jake Warner.
Bet you wish I wasn't back now, huh?
Where is Mike Dooley? I miss that guy.
The Lakers got him under
He
wraps.
never sounded that good. Oh, now Jake's pissed. See, I crossed the line. I mean, fracture your arm in 3 places is one thing, but me going after his engineering skills, now he's upset. I shouldn't have done that, guys.
Truth be told, Mike Dooley was I was his intern. Seriously.
Shows.
Wow.
Just
So you
playing,
say Mike
dog.
Dooley sucks, and you big up them earlier. So make up your mind.
Wait. No, you being his intern, you the student, he the master.
You know what? I don't need
Unless
this.
you're like,
I'm just gonna file for disability and not do this. Yeah, for real. I'm down.
I mean, after not getting a Diet Coke for me earlier.
I got one and I could chuck it at your head real quick.
Invite number 12.
Good work, man. We got La Murray coming on in mere moments, Clipper Nation. Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. Tip-off is just 33 minutes away. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. Welcome back into a Dome. The Clippers are back home, so they head back out on the road for the next 3 contests. More coming up with La Murray of the Athletic, but before we get to that, appropriate bumper music on the way in by Daniel West there is I don't want the Clippers to forget about Zoo tonight against the Golden State Warriors. His first game against the Warriors was the 3rd game of the season for the Clippers. He went for 23, 18, and 6 assists in a huge victory up at Chase Center. Then in game 2, just 8 points, but still had 17 boards, controlled the glass against Golden State, a smaller squad out there. He's got to continue to play to his size coming off what I think was a top 3 performance in his young career by Big Zoo on Monday in their 114-110 victory in Memphis, where he had 20 and 19 and was bodied and Zach Edey. Clippers tonight taking on the Golden State Warriors. Tip-off just about 31 minutes away. Coming up next, your injury report, and then La Murray of the Athletic right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Oh, is that a challenge? Were you just getting in your chair? Were you going to challenge them? I take it as you know. All right, just checking.
Nice, Daniel. Yeah, that's a real thing. Is Draymond outlaw?
Draymond's out. I don't even think he made the trip.
I figured Steph was going to be out as soon as they said that post-game stuff after Christmas.
Yeah, so we know what 10 players they're going to play. And we'll see what happens. They got to get up out of here pretty quick.
It's fine with me.
I mean, we gonna have to see who the Clippers play. Don't know how that's going to go.
No KPJ.
Yeah, there's multiple ways they can go with that one.
Think Jordan gets a shot tonight? By the way, we're live. I should tell you that beforehand. We didn't say nothing. Clipper Nation's always eavesdropping, and they got a glass up against their ear in the door. What's that, Daniel?
And now let's kick it off by introducing your favorite hostess, your favorite DJ.
Everybody wants Bones to play.
And DJ Dex.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harrison. Clipper Nation, if it's your
Well,
birthday, welcome in. And if you are
I don't know. Ask Law, man. What do I know? Just a guy asking questions. What'd you do for Christmas, Law? You're asking.
Sleep.
That'll do.
Hold on. Well, the usual for the Clips. That's a twist for the Warriors lineup.
Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just 30 minutes away. Coming up, we got La Murray of the Athletic in mere moments. But first, let's get to your injury report, brought to you by Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code KLAC to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. With the Golden State Warriors, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but no Draymond Green. He's out with a back injury, and Steph Curry is out nursing a knee injury. Knee management is what that is called. Clippers still without Terrence Mann with that broken left middle finger. Kawhi Leonard still out, but the man who reported the target date for his return is with us. Coming up next, we'll talk about it with La Murray of the Athletic. Clippers and Golden State Warriors tonight here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off less than 30 minutes away. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to Clippers Countdown right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. La Murray is next, guys. Sorry to keep you waiting. B. Shaw was on with Carlo for like 7 minutes in the pregame interview. B. Shaw was just rolling.
Is that how long he usually is?
No, it's like 4 tops.
Vishal doing that this year? Not T. Lou?
T. Lou, I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Fans must also follow venue health and safety protocols, including those specific to face coverings and social distancing. Please report
Kyle Anderson?
or failure to comply.
Kyle Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
They try and keep it as close to Draymond as possible. That means that, yeah, it's a very interesting basketball team in Golden State, man.
I was up north with my cousins who are big Golden State Warriors fans. So when I did the preview thing on Clippers Talk yesterday, I brought in my cousin, who I've been talking about for a while, Big Mike. And like he's been talking all this trash.
Yeah.
And last game here between the two, he thought the first loss to the Clippers was a fluke. So he's talking all this junk leading into game 2. And now I'm texting him after the Clippers win, and he's not responding. And I'm showing the phone. But that Big Mike came on yesterday, kind of ate some crow.
Hey, you know what they say? First time's an accident, second time's a trend, 3 times it's a problem.
Yeah, I think it's about to be a problem.
Well,
It better be a problem.
They better be a problem.
Let's not play around and get the job done early, says that Mexican Nara.
What are these jerseys? These look like Warriors jerseys.
Here we go, chat.
That's it, man.
Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. Tip-off is just about 26 minutes away. Here at Into a Dome, I'm Adam Moslin. Welcome back in. This is the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Clippers Countdown. Coming up, we'll get to an NBA out-of-town scoreboard, but joining the show right now is the man. La Murray of The Athletic has been doing big work, especially coming on with me a ton lately, but broke the news earlier today regarding Kawhi Leonard's return date. So could you divulge everything you know about, if everything goes right, it sounds like he'll be back on the 4th against Atlanta.
Yeah, the big words are there is target date, because honestly, this is an organization that is not trying to commit to anything as far as a firm, he's definitely going to be back this date or anything like that. So I definitely want to make that clear. But it's nice to have something to expect or to look forward to from his side of things, and that's kind of where this is at. It's like when it gets to next weekend, it will be more than 3 weeks since he was first introduced to a limited practice, and the progression has just gotten to the point where people can be, well, he's comfortable with that being the date, and so we're going to see if they if the team agrees with that, if they feel like he's done enough. And I think this next week is a real critical part of the process.
So you were at practice yesterday. Has he made it through 5-on-5 contact practices yet?
I can't say what the number has been, and T. Lou's not going to say what the number that he's looking for is. But it was a 5-on-5 yesterday, that's for sure. I mean, yesterday was a very interesting day in terms of they had us on the floor at practice, and then they made sure to usher us off the floor so the team could get work in, and that work was for Kawhi. And I'm not sure when the next time is. Again, if next Saturday is the date, then that's probably the last time that he'll run with his teammates. What could happen is the next week, going into the game on the 11th, you got 2 days off after a road trip in Minnesota and Denver. And so if they feel like they need more time just with him, then that's cool. But he's had a lot of work with the team. He's about to get a lot of work in while the team is away. He got to travel with the team. He's gotten to do a lot. He has progressed. He's checked a lot of boxes. I can't say that he's checked every box. Otherwise, he might be playing tonight. But I hate target dates, but I basically was comfortable enough saying that there is one for next weekend. So we'll see if that target moves, as targets have moved often.
La Murray of The Athletic has reported that January 4th, back here at Into a Dome, after the 3-game road trip, is the target date for Kawhi Leonard's return. Barring, no setback, no issues along the way. He's staying here while they're on the road. What do you believe going to be the minutes restriction on Kawhi and how he could look heading back with the Clippers? Is it going to be like coming off the ACL where he's just kind of slowly easing himself back into it? Or is it because it's not an ACL, it's just swelling and there was no structural damage, he could get back to looking like Kawhi sooner?
I think it's all related. I think the minutes are going to have to be low. We're talking 20, 25 minutes probably. I think that should be the expectation. But I do think the expectation is that he starts. I just don't see. I mean, look, I can see a scenario where he doesn't start, but I don't think the team is planning for that. I think the team wants to get Kawhi in that first unit, and I think they want to go from there. There's a lot of moving parts. We've been saying this for weeks. There's a lot of moving parts. That's a part of it, but I just feel like we are reaching that inflection point of no rushing, but I mean, this has already been a project to getting Kawhi to be patient. And I think Kawhi has been patient. I think he's done the work. I think he's taken the steps. When it comes to rotational stuff, the Clippers have a luxury. I think the Clippers have a starting unit that they're comfortable with, that's playing well, that works. They also have a guy in Kawhi who it's not like he comes back and he can't do anything without the ball in his hands. You know, he's a player who lets other guys do what they're supposed to be doing. And this is a team that has an offense that the ball can find Kawhi. You know, James Harden's not going to forget about Kawhi Leonard if he's out there. And I think they're trying to make sure that they get him to a point where he can participate on both ends of the floor. And from everything that I'm seeing, there's no reason to and hearing, there's no reason to think that they're going to ease him in just for the sake of easing him in outside of the minute restriction.
So with him back, do you still feel like the guy who will be out of the starting lineup would be Chris Dunn?
Yeah, because the thing is, it's more about the other four guys than it is about Chris. I mean, Derrick Jones Jr. was brought here on the contract he was brought here for from day one, which is the preseason game in Hawaii, was a starter, has started every part of the game. We knew that there was a competition, and not only was Derrick clear and above that competition to start, he was rested against the Sacramento Kings for the preseason finale along with James Harden. So we know where he stands. Norman Powell, again, people are so used to this idea that Norman is a second unit guy. That's not who he is this year. He is a foundational piece of whatever the heck is supposed to work with this Clippers offense. And so he's more Paul George than he is last year's Norman Powell. That's just how it is. Like, he is that guy who's been on the ball, off the ball. He's the leading scorer. He's not being looked at as a quote-unquote six-man. Norm's not looking at himself as a six-man. The people around Norm are not looking at him like a six-man. That's not a conversation, to my knowledge, that's been happening. And then you got Vince Zubac and James Harden. I don't need to talk about those guys.
Yeah.
So there's only one spot to consider if you're going to introduce a guy to your starting lineup, unless you're making a conscious decision not to start him, which is something that Tyronn Lue in the past has not wanted to do. So that's really what it comes down to. You have five guys who are not bench players this season. So what does it mean? You know, you go take it from there, basically.
So someone's coming into the chat and saying, we still need a four. We still need a traditional four. Oh, you're killing me with that. But I want to ask you this in talking about what's going to happen tonight. I feel like Ivica Zubac is coming off a top 3 performance in his young career so far with what happened Monday. Is that an exaggeration?
You can't say young career anymore. My man's going to be
27. Come on. For this team?
year 9. That's what I'm looking at. He's played a lot of basketball. He's played basketball at a high level for this team, especially. The Warriors know what he can do. Second night of back-to-back, he hit them for a huge game coming from Denver the night before. This is the first time that the Clippers are actually going to have time off against the Warriors this season. Like, having 3 days off, a huge win Monday night where I was pretty much expecting Zoo not to play. And then not only does he play, he was a key difference. He was, to me, the second best player in that game behind Norm. You know, Norm hit the biggest shot. Norm was hitting shots all night, on, off ball, excellence from Norman Powell in that game. And so the Golden State Warriors are going to start Trace Jackson Davis. They're going to bring Kevon Looney off the bench, and they're going to pray. That's how it's going to go tonight. There's no Draymond Green, so Zoo doesn't have to worry about whatever new move Draymond could possibly break out against Zoo. So there's that. And when it comes down to it, like, I just feel like him practicing was a good sign. Him playing Monday night was a good sign. There's no concern. I talked to Zoo about, his getting ready to play. Zoo mentioned he was assured that this wasn't a strain or he wasn't at risk for a strain, that this was a contact injury, a contusion, something that it was sore. He played through it. He wasn't even on the injury report for today's game. So all signs are that you should expect a regular performance from Zoo.
What's your impression of the Golden State Warriors so far this season? It kind of feels like they're at a bit of a crossroads right now in this era of Golden State Warriors basketball to some degree.
They've been at that crossroads multiple times since Kevin Durant left the franchise. And so they got off to a great start. Everyone was on the same page. People, were in my mentions talking about how the Clippers should adopt the Warriors rotation patterns. And I don't want to say predictably. I'm not going to, I don't think it's fair to them to say that you expect them to lose 11 out of 14. But I do think it was fair to suggest that they weren't as good as the team that started 12-3. And so you're getting a Warriors team that in their own season, they're in a crossroads because they're trying to do so much with now a new piece. D'Anthony Melton tearing his ACL, even though it was a partial tear. Like we know what that process is like with Kawhi. They're so desperate that they got off of him, and D'Anthony Melton was here because Chris Paul was here, and Chris Paul was here because Jordan Poole had to get traded. Now Dennis Schroeder is in the Jordan Poole role, the Chris Paul role, the D'Anthony Melton role. And when I say that, I'm talking about a guy who can create his own shot. I'm talking about a guy like Chris Paul who can be a facilitator next to a Steph Curry, and a guy like D'Anthony Melton who can put on-ball pressure at the point of attack. They're looking for that on a one-year rental because Dennis's deal is up at the end of the year. And they're clearly not satisfied because we keep hearing the same things about how they're trying to make another move to get a higher ceiling guy. Good luck with that. So Steve Kerr said before the game, the defense has been steadier than the offense. They're really concerned about the offense and how that has fallen apart. And that was, to me, always going to be the case with this Warriors team. I think they have good defensive principles outside of, letting Austin Reeves get a layup while one guy was guarding a dude 3 feet out of bounds, as your help defense. Besides all that, the defense, I think, is going to be steady, and that's important against the Clippers, a team that donates possessions repeatedly. But the big question will be, how the hell do the Warriors score points tonight?
Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. Tip time is just 16 minutes away as the Clippers take the court here at Intuit Dome. He is La Murray of The Athletic. Follow him at La Murray, VNU on X. La, great reporting. Congrats on the breaking news with Kawhi, and thanks for doing this here on Clippers Countdown.
Hey, don't thank me now. Enjoy the game.
Coming up next, we'll get to an NBA out-of-town scoreboard right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Daniel, could you clip the audio portion of the first 3 questions I asked him about Kawhi and send it to me? Thank you, sir. Just that part, so it's like the first 3 questions. Law is a goat. Goated. Oh my goodness. Celtics up 142-105 on Indiana. Carlo's waiting for the Golden State score.
He's keeping his streak alive on Duolingo.
Dua Lipa, what? Clippers and Golden State Warriors tipping off just 13 minutes from now here at Intuit Dome. I'm Adam Osland. This is your pregame show, Clippers Countdown. Coming up, it's back to Carlo Jimenez. But first, let's get to your driver on the league. Brought to you by Toyota's electrified lineup, including hybrids, plug-in hybrids, all electrics, and even fuel cell electric vehicles. So you can choose exactly the type you need for your lifestyle. We make it easy. Speaking of making things easy, the Boston Celtics just closed out with a 142-105 victory over the Indiana Pacers at home. Jaylen Brown with 44 points in the victory, 142-105 your final. Knicks would win in Orlando 108-85. Jalen Brunson with 26 and 9 assists in the win. Jalen Suggs with 27 points in defeat. And right now, second quarter action in Phoenix Mavericks without Luka the Don, up 40-33 midway through the second. Kyrie Irving making up for the lost production from Luka. He's got 12 points already. KD with 9 and 8 minutes. Ooh, high-scoring game in Denver between the Cavaliers and the Nuggets. 8 minutes left in the second quarter. They're tied up at 50. Donovan Mitchell, Spider. He's got 20 points already. Michael Porter Jr. with 15. They might both have 70 at the half. Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. Tip-off just about 11 minutes away. Coming up next, back to Carlo Jimenez right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. What do you want to talk about, Carlo?
Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2.
Carlos giving me the silent treatment, guys. After touching my face.
He's working, man.
Oh. I'm not?
Something you need to be doing a little better.
Anybody else hear that?
I said it.
Bro, you're welcome for the cord.
I'm going to strangle you with it. But thank you.
Do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Hey. Hey.
T-shirt time.
T-shirt time.
Just like your Clippers, you can score a slam dunk now through January 24th. Wireless any new vehicle that participates will save and you can receive 2 free tickets to an upcoming Clippers home game.
Your receipt from cleaningtheglass.com. I love these uniforms. I love the light blue, guys. Baby blue, can't go wrong. Carlo actually got me a sweatshirt with the Clips baby blue. And I have a beanie. I can be so matching. Drip, drip, drip. I don't know what it all means, but I kind of like it. Well, the in-season tournament stuff is a little much. Yeah. That is kind of a problem. Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just 10 minutes away. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Countdown. Coming up, we'll get your keys to victory. But first, back over to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, from the outside looking in, what do you make of this Golden State Warriors season right now? Obviously, no Draymond tonight, no Stephen Curry. But it just seems like a team that has been through a lot, and we're only about 30% of the way through the season.
I mean, they really had 2 seasons, Adam. They started the year 12-2. They were excellent to begin the season. They were one of the only teams in the NBA top 5 in offensive and defensive rating, and then they've lost 11 of their last 14 games. They've gone 3-11 in their last 14 contests, and they have struggled to find any sort of rhythm. When you look at the numbers between those 2 stretches, Adam, the things that jump off the page is their bench is giving them about 16 less points per game from the first 12-3 start to the last 14 games in which they're 11-3 or 3-11. And the other thing that jumps off the page, Adam, is they are not forcing a lot of turnovers. The Lakers, I believe, only had 8 turnovers in that Christmas Day game. The Warriors don't play that same style of defense that they've been known for in the past that caused havoc for other teams.
Yeah, bottom 10 offensively and defensively over that stretch where they're 3-11 in their last 14 games. What have you made of the arrival of Dennis Schroeder and what they're looking for? Because I kind of am a little bit concerned that he's due for a breakout game. I don't want to see it happen tonight against the Clippers.
Yeah, well, he was averaging a career-high 18 points a game against the Warriors, and the Warriors were sick of it, so they said, you know what, we're going to go get this guy. I was a little surprised at him. You would think the market for a backup point guard would be one similar to a backup big that's always hot. They only traded away D'Anthony Melton, 3 second-round picks, and a 2-way contract, which doesn't seem like a lot for a guy who's having a career year at the point guard position. He's trying to fit in with this group. He's mentioned how it's been hard with guys like Draymond and Steph to figure out what I need to do in the offensive end, and you mentioned him maybe having a coming-out party with this Golden State team. This feels like that opportunity because he doesn't have to worry about fitting in with Steph and Draymond. He can almost play that Brooklyn Nets style of basketball that he did. You talked about it, but just averaging, I believe, 8 points in the 3 games with the Warriors. He had his best game last time out with 11. It's a good pickup for them. Every time you think about Golden State, it's very similar to a team like Denver. It's the non-Steph minutes, the non-Jokic minutes in Denver that they struggle, and Schroeder is here to try to mitigate those minutes.
My player to watch tonight for the Clips, Ivica Zubac. Who do you got, Carlo?
Ivica. I like that pick. Ivica Zubac has been excellent against the Golden State Warriors as of late. I think for me, somebody like I'm going James Harden. I know it's against the rules. I'm going James Harden.
That's fine. Fear the beard. It's close to the holidays still.
Can I explain why?
Oh, you got some more to explain? Okay, yeah. Because he's James Harden?
No, because he's 11-4 in his last 15 games against the Warriors, and he had 16 assists last time these two teams played. I'm not taking James Harden the scorer. I'm taking James Harden the passer.
I like the reasoning. We're going to hold you to that. Carlo Jimenez is on the call. Tip-off is just 7 minutes away. Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors here at Into a Dome. And coming up next, your keys to victory right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Ma. Is this going to be the best KPJ game as a Clipper? He's out, my guy. Ex-Mongo project. KPJ's out. Illness. It's been going around. That's why when Carlo touched me, I had to pull out the Purell.
What am I, a leopard? Holy smokes.
I saw those sores.
Holy
Wow, it
smokes.
might be yours. The way you treat people on this team, this broadcast team,
Great.
is obscene.
It is pretty
And it's
obscene.
downright disrespectful, Adam.
Downright, but not.
Are you making fun of me because I can use big words? I went to the University of
I
Laverne,
didn't know
all
it was
right?
a big word.
You know, man, I shouldn't have came back today. I could have been in bed listening.
Jake, show the chat your arm. Let's get some sympathy for Big Bro. You want me to sign it, dog?
When I get the hard cast, I'll
All right.
Ooh,
I'll let you
yeah,
sign
I
it.
want to
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll have some fun with that.
Yep, I might be able to hit you with it.
Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young.
Finish it, Carlo. Finish it. Hey! Here I am, Clips fans. It's AI.
You're not
man.
lonely now. You have a cat.
Look, I didn't get the cat because of loneliness. I got the cat because I got a laser pointer, all right? And I need to put it to use. Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. Tip-off just 4 minutes away. Let's get to your keys to victory. Keep them off the three-point line. Do not let them get hot from distance in this game. I don't believe the Golden State Warriors can beat the Clippers if they don't have a big night from three. We talked about it with Carlo Jimenez, though, earlier. Dennis Schroeder is due. Don't let it happen against you. Kuminga, the same, although he's shooting 10% less on two-pointers so far this season. A little bit surprising, but both of those guys with green lights tonight against the Clippers here at Intuit Dome. All right, here we go. It's Carlo Jimenez on the call for the Clippers and Warriors from the Dome. Tip-off is coming up next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Stick around. Hey, Daniel, when you get a chance, could you send me that audio? Ah, thank you.
What audio?
Daniel,
Don't
don't do
worry about
anything you ask, man.
You and B. Shaw earlier.
Daniel, what audio?
Law, just Law talking about Kawhi. I'm not up to anything, dude. Why does everybody think I'm so suspicious?
No one thinks of you at all, Adam.
Wow. Wow. The lack of respect is what hurts the most.
You give it time.
Everyone hates Adam wherever you go.
It's almost that time here in Inglewood. So glad you could be with us for this one. The Clippers and the Warriors, for as Adam Osden would say, a little pack-div battle tonight as the Clips look to come away with a post-Christmas victory against the Golden State Warriors, win their sixth straight game against this Golden State team. Would be their second longest streak in franchise history. It would match one from 1978 when Adam was just being born. All that time ago, right, Adam?
No, that's actually inaccurate, Carlo, and I wish you wouldn't say that around Christmas.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It hurts more during the holidays.
1976?
Oh, my goodness.
Was that it?
I'm out of here.
Anyway, since we got you here, might as well ask you some questions.
Yeah.
You think about this Golden State Warrior team. They're a hungry group. They're trying to get back on track. They're without Steph Curry, but that hasn't been an issue for them this season. 4-1 in games without Steph, and that lone loss is a loss by 5 against Oklahoma City in a game they were in down the stretch. How do the Clippers make sure? Brian Shaw talked about it with us on our pregame interview, how naturally you take a step back when Steph Curry's not on the floor. What do you want to see out of this group early to show that they're locked in?
Well, I think the Clippers are taking on a team right now, the Golden State Warriors, that is trying to play some Clippers brand of basketball, and that means get up, stay ready, no matter who is available. You try to go out there and play your hardest, and there's a lot of guys who are going to have the green light with an opportunity to show off for their head coach and Steve Kerr. So you got to understand, a wounded team can be a dangerous one out there because you don't know what you don't know about certain guys on this team that haven't had as much playing time so far this season that will tonight against the Clippers.
The Clippers come into this one with an opportunity to come away with another home victory. It would be their 11th of the season, trying to improve to 4